Hello and welcome to our webinar study at Técnico Lisboa. I'm Agatha from Técnico Lisboa's admissions office. I will introduce to you our beautiful city and of course the best engineering, science, technology and architecture school in Portugal, Técnico Lisboa. Our school is located in Lisbon, the capital city of Portugal, a southwestern European country with the same time zone as the UK. We are very well situated in the world, a very short distance from many other European capitals, and very well strategically located in the world. Before we present our incredible capital city, let me share with you some curiosities about Portugal. Are you ready? Here is some trivia. Well, Portugal really is a wonderful country. Now back to Lisbon. Here is what our beautiful capital has to offer.
Lisbon was elected among more than 150 cities worldwide as one of the 21 places of the future, standing out for the quality of its universities, infrastructures, and safety. So you may ask, why Lisbon? Lisbon is the capital city of Portugal, one of the most charismatic and vibrant cities of Europe. Portugal is also the third safest country in the world. We have an amazing weather. With over 2,000 hours of sunshine, we are considered one of the sunniest countries in the world. Don't speak Portuguese? Don't worry. We don't have that kind of problems here. The Portuguese are good at learning foreign languages, especially English. Enjoy the experience of living in Lisbon, starting every day with a bica and a pastel de nata.
Lisbon is a lot more than just a fantastic tourist destination with important monuments, great weather, and food. We also have very high quality education systems with remarkable university rankings. The best example of that is Universidade de Lisboa. Universidade de Lisboa has 18 different schools, 8 campi, and more than 400 courses, and we are the biggest public university in Portugal. Our international community has over 10,000 students. A very curious fact is that we have represented in our university more than 102 nationalities. As you will be able to see as well, all areas of knowledge are available for you, from engineering to law, sports, pharmacy, literature, and many, many others. However, Universidade de Lisboa, the University of Lisbon, is not only about studying. We have great sports facilities, canteens, and student accommodation, which are available to all students. Anyway, if you wish to pursue a degree in engineering, science and technology and architecture, you can find the perfect offer right here at Técnico Lisboa, the School of Engineering from Universidade de Lisboa. We are the biggest school of the university, representing over 25% of its total. So if you love engineering, science, technology and architecture, get ready for the discovery of your life.
With about 11,000 students, of which 17% are international, Técnico Lisboa has more than 700 agreements with schools around the world and 57 double degree programs, which means that during your degree you can, if you wish, pursue an international experience. Técnico Lisboa aims to contribute to the development of society by promoting higher education of excellence in the areas of architecture, engineering, science, and technology. Our school offers great facilities and the best academic offer, with 84 courses in the most diverse areas. We are truly a school for the world.
Well, this amazing centenary institution not only stands out for its programs, but also for its excellent position in the world rankings, being the best engineering school in Portugal and one of the best in Europe and in the world. For a lower price, but the highest quality of an academic experience, you will become the top notch of the world. In what concerns our academic offer, Técnico Lisboa offers bachelor, master, PhD, postdoc degrees, as well as the online courses MOOC. Técnico Lisboa has 19 different bachelor programs that for now are taught in Portuguese. It offers a wide range of degrees, starting from the most innovative ones, such as aerospace, biomedical, or even physics engineering, to the most classical ones, but equally important, such as civil and mechanical engineering. If you wish to pursue your investment in your education, well, you have available 33 different master programs fully taught in English. This will allow you to deepen your knowledge and to become one of the top notch on your field of expertise. During your master degree, you will have the chance not only to have an international experience, but also to undertake a double degree, having a final certificate from Universidade de Lisboa and another university very well ranked worldwide. Let's also not forget that you have a wide range of mobility programs available, which will allow you to have an international experience during a semester or a full year. Regarding Técnicos Lisboa teaching model, it was updated in 2021 to meet the demanding challenges of today's world. New curricular components were introduced and new teaching methodologies were adopted, valuing always the academic life and as well the extracurricular experience from students in line with the best schools of science and engineering in Europe and in the world. Anyway, I think for now you would be in need of a break from all the study. So enjoy the lifestyle that Técnico has to offer. Check this out.
If you are looking to have some fun with good music and entertainment, you can always count on Técnico student parties and tunas, a group of students who play traditional instruments and sing serenades. Want to take your curriculum a step further? Join our student groups. We have over 40 in all areas, from building a Formula One race car to a solar boat. You won't have a dull moment at Técnico Lisboa.
We can clearly say that Técnico Lisboa is a forefront school focused on innovation, and you can still have fun while doing it. How can you not get excited about this? Well, now let's get to business. Did you know that if you study at Técnico Lisboa, you can get a job and be employed before you finish your master degree? Many employers come to Técnico to recruit students. How would you feel about having the chance to find a job abroad? Well, our statistics don't lie. We always encourage our students to be the best so they can target the companies they wish to work for and have a bright career in the future.
Técnico Lisboa has been developing research and innovation pioneer projects, contributing decisively to economic and social development of the country. Research at Técnico Lisboa is organized in centers and institutes that pursue challenging research programs with a strong social impact in the fields of architecture, engineering, science, and technology. Let's start with one of the most remarkable projects. Our very own Gasparzinho is part of the Monarch project that is focused on social robots that interacts with children, engaging in interactive activities in the pediatrics infirmary at the Portuguese Institute of Oncology.
Well, better than all of this is what our alumni have to say for themselves. They are the ones that best show you the experience they had in our school. Check this out.
We are here today in the wonderful Alameda campus to introduce you to some alumni that have attended this school. Do you know that the first woman that became Prime Minister in Portugal was a Técnico Lisboa former student? Her name was Maria de Lourdes Pintasilgo, and she graduated in Chemical and Industrial Engineering in 1953, at the time when a few women went into the field of engineering. Among the 250 students in this program, you can guess how many women were there? 3. That's right, 3. Are you familiar with the United Nations? Do you know that Antonio Guterres, the Secretary General, also studied here? He studied electrical engineering and graduated in 1971. Let's not forget about Técnico's international alumni. Would you like to meet Rodrigo Carvalho? You know what? I would! Rodrigo chose aerospace engineering and he is now the founder of NutriVentures to pursue the dream of fighting obesity and making children help their parents change eating habits. NutriVentures has already reached the four corners of the world and gained the support of the former American First Lady, Michelle Obama. Also, would you like to meet Samuel Martins? He graduated in physics engineering to broaden his curiosity. The course did not disappoint him and gave him the competencies he needed to succeed. He works at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, where he manages Bill Gates projects.
Well, a demonstration of all that you can achieve with an education at Técnico Lisboa are our unicorns. For instance, TalkDesk, created in 2012 by two Técnico Lisboa alumni. TalkDesk developed a technological product consisting of a software platform that allows any company to create their own call center online in less than 5 minutes. And also Unbabel, that developed a translation platform that combines artificial intelligence technology, that's it, with the human element in order to produce the best possible translation, and it's on its way to become a unicorn as well. Now that we have shown you so much of what Técnico Lisboa has to offer, I bet you are eager to become one of our students. So you must be asking, how can I apply and how can you be part of this amazing academic experience? Well, if you are an international student, applications are open now, and we are ready to help you in at least 4 different languages whenever you reach out to us. And of course, you should be asking, what documents do you need to submit in your application? Well, let me show you. You will need your photo, you will need your ID and your CV, and as well the official academic transcripts, either from your high school if you're applying for a bachelor degree, or for your high school if you're applying for a bachelor degree, or you're from your bachelor degree if you're applying for a master's degree. Don't forget that you will also have to submit the bank transfer slip of the payment for the application, as well as the statement under oath proving that you are an international student. Now, I think you should be asking as well if you are considering, or you're wondering if you are considered an international student or not. There are some specific points to take into consideration when determining whether you qualify or not as an international student. If you're still not sure, you can always contact us and we will help you. You should be a national from a country that does not belong to the European Union, nor do your parents have the citizenship of a European Union country. And you cannot have been living in Portugal for the past 2 years. And hence the applications are now open. And I just showed you. Let me give you a little bit of help on finding the webpage exclusively for international students. Just go to our webpage, click on education and then applications, scroll down the page all the way down, and then you will find the page which says international students. Click there and magic will happen. Well, there you will have available all the information, all the regulations that you will need to follow, as well as the required documents and applications phases happening and the periods for it, as well as all the degrees available for you, being it bachelor or master degrees. On top of the page, you will also find a direct button that if you click, you will go directly to our online application tool. Well, and I'm very proud to present to you today this young but very experienced team that will help you in your admissions process. Here are our admissions managers, Diana, Joana, and Ines. Our team is here to guide you and will provide all the necessary information and guidance to make this journey as smooth as possible. Count on us from the application phase to information about your visa issuing until we so proudly welcome you upon your arrival in Lisbon. We are always here available for you by email, phone, WhatsApp, Zoom, Skype, or any other tools you may need us to use. And of course, we are here today in this webinar with a very special participation of the IST Environment Department. I am very pleased to introduce to you Professor Tiago Domingos, who will speak to you more about what they have to offer. So enjoy.
Okay, so thank you, Agatha. And so I'm here to talk to you today about the activities, the teaching activities of IST Environment, which is our interdepartmental platform addressing environmental and sustainability issues. Our degrees in environmental engineering are aimed at teaching environmental engineers, which we define as engineers that seek to solve environmental problems and problems in the management of natural resources, doing it from an integrated perspective, and that's something very characteristic of a training of environmental engineering, which in fact distinguishes it from any other degree. This integrated perspective where engineers integrate ecological, social, economic, and technological approaches, and using these tools to safeguard, manage, prevent, treat, and remedy the problems. As I mentioned before, the institutional context for teaching environmental engineering at Técnico is the IST Environment, an interdepartmental structure which brings together about 80 teachers and researchers from 8 departments and 16 research units. It is responsible for the bachelor's and master's in environmental engineering, which, due to, as I've mentioned before, their integrative and extremely interdisciplinary requirements, necessarily require this interdepartmental approach and hence require their anchoring in an interdepartmental structure, which is IST Environment. There are, as I mentioned before, many research units involved with IST Environment and with the teaching, but the main ones associated to our bachelor's and master's degrees in environmental engineering are CERES, our Civil Engineering Research and Innovation for Sustainability Unit, SERENA, Center for Natural Resources and Environment, which also integrates our faculty and researchers working in chemical engineering, CEG, the Center for Management Studies, IBB, Institute for Bioengineering and Biosciences, and MARTEC, the Marine Environment and Technology Center. And although we involve many, or in fact most of the departments at Técnico. The main departments involved in the teaching of the bachelor's and master's degrees are the Department of Bioengineering, the Department of Civil Engineering, Georesources and Architecture, the Department of Mechanical Engineering, and the Department of Chemical Engineering. Until the past academic year, we provided a degree, an integrated degree, which means that it was a single track for bachelor's and master's in environmental engineering. But starting from the current academic year, we've been providing separate bachelor's and master's degrees in environmental engineering. In terms of giving you some few facts and statistics on our degrees, every year we're bringing 31 new students at the bachelor's level. At the master's level, we have mostly students coming from the bachelor's degree and then several others coming directly into the master's, of which 59% are women and 9% are foreign students. In both cases, these are remarkably high rates compared to the rest of the degrees provided at Técnico. The teaching languages are Portuguese for the bachelor's and English as a default for the master's. And our average final grade for the bachelor's is 13 out of 20, and for the master's is 16 out of 20. 59% of our master's graduates find a job within 6 months after graduation, and most find their job very soon after that. And 81% of these employed master's graduates find a job in the environment sector. These job opportunities are very broad, and they involve going to industry in areas such as environmental management and waste treatment, going to consulting companies, to central, regional, and local administration, to state and private agencies related to the environment, and to R&D and monitoring laboratories and research institutes. Diving now a little bit into how each of the degrees is structured. Let's start with the bachelor's. So the main study areas for the bachelor's are mathematics and physics, biology and chemistry, socioeconomics, territorial organization, environmental law, and ecology and environmental technologies. The general study plan follows the overall approach of bachelor's degrees at Técnico, starting in the first year with a very strong component in fundamental sciences, which is still there for, let's say, about half of the second year. And as you progress from the first to the third year, you get an increasing component in the main area, which in this case is environmental engineering. And then in the second and the third year, you also get a few courses in humanities, arts, and social sciences. These are optional courses. And then finally, at the end, you get an integrative project where you have the opportunity to integrate all the knowledge that you acquired along the degree. This is a very detailed mosaic of what's going on during these 3 years, giving you the specific courses that you will have at each moment. And turning now to the Master's in Environmental Engineering, its objective is mainly addressed to graduates in the area of sciences and technology, with direct access for bachelor's graduates from environmental engineering at Técnico, but also with direct access from students nationally and internationally coming directly to the degree. It is taught in Portuguese only if there are no international students, and so as a default, the courses are taught in English. Its general study plan is that you have in the first year mostly a course structure which is mandatory, and you have 15 out of 60 credits which are optional, and then in the second year you get an additional 12 optional credits, and you also still have a mandatory component. And the second half of the second year, so 30 credits, a quarter of the whole degree, is dedicated to your master's thesis. Again, the mosaic with the exact detail on the several courses that you'll have. In yellow, you have the mandatory courses, and in red, the optional courses. And then finally, second semester of the second year, you have the master's dissertation. Coming now to the options. So there's 27 credits out of 120. There's 27 credits of free options that you may take. Some of these options may be taken as minors. I'll talk about that in a few seconds. And let me just now give you an inkling of the very broad range of options that you have in environmental engineering in themes related to environmental management, such as strategic environmental assessment or environmental management systems, related to air pollution, like in air quality management, related to environmental technologies like adsorbent materials and absorption processes, related to innovative tools for sustainable solutions like industrial ecology or nature-based solutions in the urban water cycle. There's a lot of optional courses related to energy, such as biofuels, renewable energies, and a lot of courses related to hydrological resources, such as hydrogeology or integrated management of hydrological basins. An option you have is that out of those 27 optional credits, 18 of those can be taken not as just isolated options, but as an integrated secondary degree, what we call a minor, and where you can take these minors in areas which are still closely related to environmental and sustainable issues. I have several examples here. And for example, Sustainable Industry 4.0 or Big Picture Thinking for Sustainability. But you also have access to very general and transversal and very relevant competencies and tools for your future employability and very useful in the environmental engineering area. Transversal competencies such as data science, artificial intelligence, spatial data science, or industrial management. One of the very striking aspects of your experience in environmental engineering at IST, and as I already mentioned before regarding the number of international students we have, is that it is very intensively associated to international mobility, both in terms of incoming international students and outgoing students which are here at Técnico for their main degree. Besides that, we have leveraging and mobilizing a very significant number of international students with whom you will interact while you are here at Técnico. We are associated to 2 Erasmus Plus programs. One, the Erasmus Plus Groundwatch program, which is an ongoing program involving Técnico, the University of Delft, and the Technical University of Dresden, and which addresses groundwater resources. And we are now building a new Erasmus Plus collaboration on engineering for environmental sustainability involving the University of Trento and the University of Valencia. We also have approved joint bachelor's and master's degrees in environmental engineering in a consortium which involves the University of Lisbon through Técnico and the Faculty of Sciences and the Institute of Agronomy, together with the University of Shanghai. And these are joint degrees that are expected to open anytime. In fact, their beginning was delayed just due to the pandemic. And finally, we have our, let's call it, regular Erasmus agreements for individual students which can go abroad for a semester and involving a very large number of very prestigious engineering, science and technology schools all over Europe, as you can see in this slide. IST, as a science, engineering, technology, and architecture school, is naturally very involved in collaborations and in research with outside partners, both government agencies and private companies. And you can see here a sampling of all the different companies with whom we work, companies that work in water resources, industrial ecology, municipalities, cement companies, chemical engineering, energy. And it is also many of these companies that receive our graduates. And here you have other examples of companies receiving our graduates, several consultancy companies, government agencies, EDP, the largest Portuguese electricity company. To give you an example of our highest successes in terms of our alumni, you have here just a sample of 5. You have Pedro Faria, who is very young but already a full professor at the University of Groningen. Isabel Soares, who founded the very successful NGO called Fruta Feia, which picks up the fruit which is still of quality to be eaten, but which is rejected by retail companies and which would be taken as food waste, and it picks up all this fruit and distributes it to consumers all over Portugal. Inês Costa, who is the Secretary of State for the Environment in Portugal. Inês Azevedo, he is a professor at the University of Stanford and the only Portuguese scientist in the influential and decisive Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and Pedro Faria, the technical director of the Carbon Disclosure Project, the biggest endeavor worldwide in reporting carbon emissions and carbon reduction plans by companies all over the world. There's other activities from which you will benefit as being a student of environmental engineering at IST. You can participate in the activities developed by the Student Nucleus of Environmental Engineering, including, among others, the Environmental Engineering Days with lectures, a company fair, workshops, roundtables, and networking, and the Environment Weekend, where all students mingle together and have fun and learn and create a network with the other environmental engineering students. Finally, in terms of contacts and responsibilities, the bachelor's is coordinated by Professors Ana Galvão and Tânia Souza, and the master's is coordinated by me and Professor Joana Neva Correia, and we have the administrative support of Isabel Cunha. And with that, I finish. Thank you.
I would like to thank Professor Tiago Domingos for joining us today, and thank you for the presentation as well. And now it's Q&A time, so we have reserved a few minutes to answer some of your questions during this broadcast, and we will try to answer it as clear as possible, so don't be shy and write it in the chat so we can help you in the best way possible. So we have Eduardo Vieira. At the exchange programs, use English as a language of learning. I'm not sure we understand your question, but yes, if you are an international student or a mobility student, and if you are here at Técnico and you do not speak Portuguese, don't worry. All our professors are aware of that. And all classes and materials will be, study materials will be given to you in English, as well as all the support and classes for sure. Hello, Carlos. I will not have my documents in time for this first phase. Can you tell me if there will still be many vacancies for the second phase of applications? Hi, Carlos, and thank you for your question. Well, I don't think you have much to worry. As usually here at Técnico Lisboa, we open enough vacancies for the 3 rounds of applications that we predict. So yes, you don't need to rush. Please make your application on the second round of application for international students. And for sure, we will be here to help you, and cross our fingers that the degree coordinators accept you, and we will receive you at Técnico Lisboa here in September. Hello, John. What kind of challenges environmental engineering faces? Well, Professor Tiago, would you like to take this one?
Oh, yes, certainly. And thank you very much. That's the central question. Environmental engineering faces what are some of the most significant challenges that humanity faces. We have climate change, we have the biodiversity crisis, we have the need for protecting soils and protecting water resources. And although all professions are mobilized to face these challenges because they are transversal, it is only the environmental engineer who is able to see these challenges in all their aspects, their socioeconomic and their environmental, their legal, their governance aspects. And this is fundamental because what we've been seeing, I might even say in the whole of the history of humanity, but certainly in the last decades, when humanity started being more concerned about environmental problems, is that frequently we have solved an environmental problem by creating another, we have created solutions that are in fact not solutions. And the reason was that an integrative approach was not taken. And that is what the environmental engineer can bring to bear. Environmental problems are not easy to solve, and there are many easy solutions going around, which are in fact only solutions. Only apparently are they solutions. And it is only the environmental engineer who can ensure that the solutions taken are in fact environmentally friendly and sustainable.
Thank you, Professor Tiago. And do we have any other questions for now? Eduardo, do you have electronics engineering bachelor as an exchange program? Well, Eduardo, what I will ask you is to drop us an email, but I can assure you that all degrees at Técnico are open to mobility and exchange of students. So for electronics itself, as we have several degrees, and you saw that we have over 84 different degrees at Técnico, so I don't know them by heart, but all your options are open. So drop us an email and we will help you in the best way we can. But for sure, at least Erasmus, you will have for sure. John, what does your course have to offer compared to other institutions? Professor Tiago.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. That's really the type of question that's it's good to answer. I would say that there are at least two particular characteristics of the environmental engineering degree at IST which are special. The first one is that we have the breadth of the degree in terms of the scope of the problems that we address, that you will frequently find more in something like would be closer to an environmental science degree and not even an environmental engineering degree. But we offer that with the very strong foundation of an engineering degree. So compared to what you would get from environmental engineering degrees elsewhere, we have a much stronger foundation in fundamentals of engineering, in mathematics, in physics, in chemistry, in fundamental sciences. So that's one first component. A second component is in two areas where we are particularly strong, given the research basis and the departmental basis that we bring, which is in the areas of water and water resources and hydrology, and in the areas of energy. And in the case of energy, this is a particularly strong aspect of our degree, because unusually for most environmental engineering degrees, we have a very strong basis in the scientific area of energy. And that is shown, in fact, by many of our alumni who are working in the field of energy, of renewable energy, of sustainable energy systems, as in fact several of the successful environmental engineering alumni that I presented to you.
Thank you, Professor Tiago. I don't know if there are any more questions. I don't think we have more questions today, so thank you, and I hope we were able to help you. So if you need any more help, the amazing admissions office team is here to help. Don't be shy and contact us. Here is do a print screen so you can reach out whenever it feels more comfortable for you. And finally, I want to thank everyone for being on that side of the screen for the past minutes. And I hope to see you soon again and here already at Técnico Lisboa.